Okay, camera's back, but Lori isn't.
No, I am not. I don't see
Lori
it
decided she didn't want to participate.
Let's see.
So it's all me.
All right. Yes. Okay. It's up here and it's live. Okay.
I don't know if I'm connected or not. Connect.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I could even hear you. So we're good.
So apparently somebody bumped something.
Or
So
not.
Rose leaning.
At any rate, we were saying
Happy birthday,
Happy
Lori.
Yule. All right, and happy birthday, Lori. And he gave me a red rose.
And a postcard that has all World of Warcraft characters
Oh, okay. So
in
who
cartoon
sent
form. The person who made this.
that? Oh, okay. I see. They are World of Warcraft. I didn't recognize them.
You didn't recognize them.
I didn't recognize them. I saw it at Christmas kind of tree. I
Cool.
see. Cool. Go show this off again because it is kind of fun. They couldn't see
Somebody
it
wants
either.
an error. What? I showed it several times.
No, I mean show it for a period of time so they can actually read it.
And this is the card that came with Lori's.
Oh, and this
present.
is the thing that came with Lori's present. It's a necklace.
And Lori got a...
A necklace.
Yeah.
Hold it still.
Hold it still.
So you can see it's a dragon.
It's a dragon hanging from a circle, a disc. And this is Isera's pendant.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yes.
Good to know.
So, everything's World of Warcraft themed because, that's what we do instead of playing our own games.
Oh, really?
It's a dragon dreamcatcher.
It seems like it, yeah. It could go on the Christmas tree right now. Or the Yuletime tree.
Sorry, not dreamcatcher.
Ha. Okay.
Blue dragon because you're the opposite of King Arthur.
Well,
Maybe it's sad. Oh, it's kind of a sparkly blue there,
it
which
is
you couldn't
sparkly.
really tell
Yeah,
on camera.
you can. Yeah. It's definitely
So I'm not quite sure what a Sloplecker is, but this was an artist in Germany made this.
Oh, well, very sweet.
And
very
it arrived
nice.
just in time about 2 days
It
ago.
has valerian, chamomile, and lavender in it.
Ah.
It's sleepy time
So
herbal tea, I believe.
Oh, okay. Sloplecker.
Okay, yeah. Any rate, yeah. So
let's see.
so we're here. It's my birthday, and we're just celebrating the Yule time, because we're not going to be having one before Christmas. But of course, there's other holidays going on now. So
Liquor
you're probably in
is
the wrong.
food.
Okay, maybe you're in the wrong language. Maybe this is not Germany.
It's
Maybe
Dutch?
it's Dutch. I would have said Dutch.
Sounds kind of Dutch.
It does.
It
It is a cute owl now that I see that is an owl on it. Okay. Okay, yes. Happy birthday and Yule season. Yes. Hope you all are having a good season and that you're well and not...
I didn't change its color.
You didn't. You could change that color, but...
What do you want, red?
Yeah, sure. Or red or green. Anyone. Every best wishes for a happy birthday. Thank you. And many more returns.
How about that?
That's a bit much. You can't see that color because it would blind you. So, at any rate. I got you a lousy Prime sub. Oh, thank you. It's just what I've always wanted. Actually,
How about a dark red?
that's okay color. It's a little bright, but
No bright?
a little bright.
So dark.
It's fine. It's fine. So yes, we were actually watching Twitch for a change because there were rewards from World of Warcraft. So therefore, we were watching the various streamers that we liked.
Yeah, we didn't actually care about the streamers, but there were prizes.
There were prizes, so yeah. So we actually watched it and gifted subs. Yes.
I do. I actually have a couple of Twitch streamers I watch occasionally.
I wrote 5 Quest for Glory games, and all I got was this lousy Prime sub.
We'll take all the Prime subs we can get.
We
Thank you
will.
very much.
Thank you very much. We do appreciate this. And it really makes a difference to whatever this silly Twitch stuff
Yes, we each
is.
had to make 2 subscriptions to Twitch channels in order to get a battle pet named Ichabod, and I started out on my Transolar account and said, uh-oh, wrong account, it's not the associated account, so I had to make 3. So we did 5 subscriptions to Al channels that we wouldn't normally do.
I only did my own.
You did 2.
No, I didn't. I only did mine. I'm still on mine.
You don't have an Ichabod?
I do have an Ichabod, and he gave me it.
Then you made 2 subscriptions to somebody.
Oh, I gave 2.
You gave away 2
okay,
subscriptions,
made
yes.
doesn't sound the same thing.
You gave away 2
I gave
subscriptions.
subscriptions, yes. At any rate.
Anyone here who would like to give away subscriptions, you would become the number 1, because right now nobody has given a gift subscription this month.
Ah, wow, what an exciting thing. So, any rate, can you move that camera a little down further so it's not showing all the bookshelf and everything else it should show us? That's probably better. There.
More?
That's fine. We are in sunny Southern California, although it's supposed to rain tomorrow. It's bright and sunny today. It's just it's long sleeve weather, actually.
Yeah, I'm a little cool in a t-shirt.
Yeah,
but it was a Quest for Glory
Yes,
t-shirt
it
with
is.
the 30 years of glory.
As opposed to me, who's wearing a
HQ.
HQ.
That's an original Heroes Quest.
Original Heroes Quest.
Oh yeah, it's got to show off the back. The back has the
yeah, it's not easy to show off.
what do you call
The
it?
back has the
Cheetar, the black cheetar.
Cheetars never prosper. Yes,
Black
indeed.
cheetar.
Yeah.
All right, you're too far.
Oh well.
Anyway,
They got the idea.
it says you can get farther with a kind word and a sword than with just a kind word.
Ah.
Somebody took that
Okay,
out.
there's
There it
tier
is!
one.
A subscription! Thank you, Josh. And
Yes.
Hack Norris is gifting a tier 1 sub. Their first gift sub to the channel.
Thank
and
you.
the number 1 gift sub donor for this month.
Oh, wow, that shirt is even cooler on the back. Yes, this was our t-shirt. This is the one Sierra gave us, one of the few.
Was that the one that changes
No,
images
that
in
was
the
much later. That
Okay.
was Quest for Glory 5 that we got, the one that actually was supposed to change colors in the sun. Yes.
Yeah, so it was really good. It's Joey Moore, I believe, was the original artist.
Yes, I think so. But of
Goes
course,
in
no,
Game Out.
not
I
with
think
this
he did a
design.
t-shirt.
I think this design might have been Nishaway.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, it
look
could be.
at it.
Yeah, it
I
looks
mean-
actually what it looks like is Ernie Chan.
Well, it isn't. With that one I do know. So, at any rate, fine job. Setting gift subs records. Yes, exactly.
Thank you, Hack Norris. You have set a record.
Uh-huh. So, at any rate, yes, it's that time of year where everybody has something to celebrate. If nothing else, it's the celebration that this year is over. You know, you never know.
Every year another adventure.
It is indeed.
We're living in the age of real life adventure games.
I believe I have one of those glow-in-the-dark Quest for Glory 5 t-shirts. However, I've kept it tucked away and I don't want to wear it out. You don't. If you
Yes,
wash
the,
it, you
If you
kill
watch it, you kill it.
Yeah.
Yep. You've only worn it once, and the day the Coles achieved their first Kickstarter goal. That was cool. Thank you, Eden.
Didn't notice the dragon on Corey's t-shirt was red. Yes, it is.
It is, yes. It's the red dragon. It is
Well,
a bleed-through. It's a bleed-through.
If you sit up correctly and show it off, then...
If I move the camera down even further.
Well, you could scoot up a little, too. Yes, it's the 30 Years of Glory that we made for Kickstarter.
Yeah, so the dragon is actually a bleed-through of the color of the t-shirt.
Yes.
And this was designed, of course, by J.P. Selwood, our amazing artist for Hero U and Summer Days.
Yep. Gift certificate, thank you, yay!
All right. Well, this way, our hype train is close.
Oh boy, yes, look at all those lovely icons.
Wow, very Christmassy. We have a tree and a package and a Santa or Father Christmas and something.
It's a package with a
There's
dog.
a package with a
or
dog
something,
peeking
and
out.
It looks like a Christmas cake.
Oh, I think it looks like the dog
Oh,
is...
Yule log, Yule log.
The Yule log is the last one with
Yes.
the candles,
Yes, I forgot the stream was even happening
Second
today.
one is a 2020 surprise.
I'm wearing my white sweater, blue jeans, and beige vest with a gold pin by coincidence today. Congratulations. It's a shame you can't show that off. This would be fun if we could do,
We probably could if we figured out how to use our Discord. By the way, if you're not in our Discord, you should be.
Yeah.
And just go to Discord and search for Trans Solar Games. There's only one S in Trans Solar.
So, yeah, join us.
But there's another S in Games.
And you can yak and yak as much you want.
Yes. There are many discussions going on there. Watch out for the Politics Plus channel. That one can get a little toxic, but
Oh no! Did you kill it?
yeah,
Okay. You could kill
yeah.
it.
People can say what they want.
Okay, so don't go there unless you don't mind toxicity.
Do we guys have a PO box to send stuff to? We used to.
Not anymore.
Once upon a time, we don't
The
have a PO box
is,
anymore.
world is gone. That
And you don't need to send us anything.
that house is gone.
Unless, of course, if you want a game autographed, in which case you do need to send it to us.
Right, and we'll be happy to.
So what do we do? I guess we have to give them our street
No,
address.
you should go on Discord and we'll put it on Discord.
Okay,
Yeah, so
is
it's
that any
written
safer?
down. No, it's written down because it's a long, stupid address, not
Yes.
worth putting on. Yes. I will now unleash the true power of my subscription status. Ameep! Yes,
Yay.
and okay, that's all of my subscriptions. Oh well, I'm
Well,
not sure.
we have a few of them. We have the Meep. We have Transo.
Sheep.
We have you. We have the sheep. Transo U. So if it's colon Transo, if you have any subscription, the Transo Unicorn, of course, is our symbol. Yep, there's a bunch of them.
There,
Yes,
yes, the Meep's really the best. I think it really is kind of cute. So, at any rate, yes.
Is the address in Discord? No, we need to put that there. Figure out how to stalk these people.
Yes,
We're
indeed.
easily stalked.
Not
We never
easily.
leave the
No,
house.
no, we're not easily stalked. Nobody could find our house if they had our
that's true.
address. We
That's
just got packages for Amazon from the neighbor that lives down the street because they drop off packages there
At random addresses.
at
yes.
random addresses. So
We've gotten people's prescriptions here a couple times
yes,
that I had to
yes,
deliver.
it doesn't matter. You may know our address, you'll never find us. Yes. Hilariously, I'll just link the stream to some friends, and that image is like the quirk is like the emote. Okay,
Yep.
that's
Indeed.
a creepy Furby.
Creepy
It's
Furby.
hard to be creepier than a Furby. Sorry.
Furby's pretty creepy.
Yes, they were definitely on the creepiest toys there were.
You'll notice that I haven't coughed much so far.
That's amazing. Yes, really.
But I am perhaps getting better. I get started some antibiotics this time around after 5 weeks of coughing.
And going in and getting your checks asked.
Yeah, my second X-ray and
a whole day long of waiting around for things.
yeah, it was only 3 hours.
So yes, other than that, we're pretty good. We're got the house all decorated for the holidays, and just trying to make it neat. Wow, you're like Erasmus. Mysterious people can send stuff too and can never find.
You just gotta climb the mountain and answer the questions.
Yeah, or maybe the FA. Yes, the FA is another one you can never find. He's never in. After all, but we've decided the FA is a franchise, so you.
Yes, that's the little known secret of Quest of Glory. Famous Adventurers. Actually, there's you franchise to become a famous adventurer.
Yes.
So the famous adventurer. There's lots of famous adventurers.
Yes, and indeed, and so that's how you get into this school. You might know a famous adventurer or two. So, at any rate, yes, again,
There's the headmaster at the school, who's a famous explorer.
That's a real rose. Does it have water in it? Let's.
It belongs in water. It's been
belongs
sitting
in
out of
water.
water
Poor
for a day, so
baby.
it's probably dying.
Yeah, you should have put water around it, Corey. Poor baby.
I bought that from a homeless guy on the street.
I see. Well, it held out for a day.
So, as Lori goes to in search of water
In search of something to put a rose in.
and something to put a rose in. Rose,
You
rose.
can talk.
I can talk. We've got vases here and there. I remember seeing one on the floor over there or something.
Vases with fake flowers in them.
No, there was an empty glass one. I think somewhere this side of the sliding door
No.
of the open entrance sliding door.
Okay.
All right.
Any rate,
The FA you meet in QFG 5 wasn't the mean one. FA is not actually ever mean, but what he is an extreme introvert, and he's not particularly. Yeah, he's a little antisocial. Doesn't really like people
that was
especially
the
much.
Headmaster more.
Well, he says I was headmaster more, but I've always thought the famous adventurer. Now somebody made me talk because she went off to get water. Our famous adventurer is a bit like Gilderoy Lockhart in Harry Potter, although we did it first, in that he is basically totally full of himself. He's very pleased with his adventures, many of which he might or might not have had. But he tells the stories of, somebody tells him a good story, he'll retell it and write it up and publish it and get royalties from it. Oh, he meant to say the main as opposed to the mean. Okay, because I didn't think there was a mean FA.
Yeah.
So yeah, unclear whether you've actually ever
look,
seen
we got
the main.
we got
FA.
a piece of crap.
Oh, first time chat.
Yes.
Wants to off.
I totally did.
Okay, that's a first time chat that we need to kill.
We should first time ban. Yes.
And his name's hard to type, so it's
don't type you.
slash ban space kablooey.
Yay. But words have no moral compass. They are not bound by our petty rules, of course.
Spam, 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 spam.
Yes.
I used to not even like ham, but I kind of like ham now, so. But spam is definitely an acquired taste that I've not acquired.
Yeah, well, you don't have to.
I have had spam.
Yeah, it's very popular in certain places.
Oh, you've had spam, have you not?
I've had spam.
Yeah.
Not very often, no. It wasn't a common thing, no. I like watching the chat log shorten when unwanted things go away. I see. Well, we'll hopefully
chat
not
log.
have any more of that. Yes.
Chat log.
At any rate, so back to our subject. I keep saying any rate.
What about Speef? I've never heard of Speef. No, we've been reported.
Ah, okay. Reported for duty, so to speak.
When I saw the word, the F word that was not that F word in the middle of his name, I decided that
yes, that
perhaps it was not.
Yeah, I could see right away. This was
not one of our great.
Yes. Just plain advertising.
But Lori's back.
Spam.
Lori can talk, and I can stop talking.
Well, right. So it's holiday time. I hope you guys are all celebrating something, as we said before. Our things are gift giving and decorating the house for the holidays, which I had thought about doing here, but I thought it was hopeless, unfortunately.
We're decorated for the holidays. We got outside Mordavia with the pumpkins, and we've got the road leading up to Selberberg.
Yeah.
How could you be better decorated for the holidays? We actually have been reported for being awesome. I occasionally get a notification from Twitch saying that we've been people have called us out for being particularly awesome or funny or
that was nice.
other categories. So yeah.
Okay.
Naming Collision regular reports to his or her wife when they are streaming, when we are streaming, I guess.
Ah, okay. So the FAU meet wasn't the main
wife,
one.
Or the wife uses the they pronoun, and their streaming could refer to the wife.
In Quest for Glory 5, the FAU meet in Somaria is the original FA. The original Somaria.
In Quest for Glory 5.
Quest for Glory 5, yes.
Well, what about the one who wrote the books that came up from the very first game?
He wrote them.
Yes.
He wrote them.
And you do actually meet him in Somaria.
And you do meet him. But he is not the only, and in fact, since he's so old and doesn't go on adventures, mostly he got a lot of that from the other FAs, and he ghost writes all their
So
their
they
stories.
they report on their adventures, and he writes them up.
So yeah, he really is the ghost
So some
writer.
of the famous adventurers may actually be adventurers.
Yes, there are true, and that's why.
But the famous adventurer has probably never been an adventurer, but he's famous for being famous because he says he is.
Yes, he is the OG famous adventurer, yes. The address was always Somaria, assumed that.
Yes, it was in Quest for Glory 3, I believe it was. We had an address that was on Eris Way, and Eris, of course, was...
Four, I think.
It was
in
three.
the
Was it
fame,
four?
because we
Oh,
gave
four.
the
It was four.
magazine.
The magazine 4, and that address was on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Eris Way, and Eris, of course, is an anagram of Sierra. I
And here,
believe.
I always thought it was because it was Eris, the goddess of chaos and things.
And Sierra's address, I don't remember the number anymore, but it would have started with a 4, maybe 46 or something like that. 4, 5, 6 through, I don't know, something like that. Sierra Way in Oakhurst.
I was known as Don Juan. He was quoting other people's stories. Yes, indeed. In fact, he was quoting Silverlock. He was in a lot of the things he wrote in 5. He was quoting Silverlock, and Silverlock is.
If you haven't read Silverlock, read Silverlock.
If you like the classics,
if you love classic literature,
if you love classic literature, you should read Silverlock.
If you don't love classic literature, read everything in classic literature and then read Silverlock.
Yes, because it's a pastiche that's taken all the tropes and things from classic
literature. It's got stuff out of Beowulf. It's got stuff out of Shakespeare.
Yeah, all stuck into one
Dante's
little novel.
Divine Comedy.
And several of the things that happen in Quest for Glory 5 are an homage to Silverlock. So
great book. He has a couple more accessible books also. The Moon's Fire-Eating Daughter. But the best one is Silverlock.
Silverlock is the only real great one.
Something like John Myers, I think was the author.
Mm-hmm. When in doubt, rip off the Bard. Exactly. The results can be funny when tech companies get to name streets. When I used to work for Seagate, the building I won had an address on disk drive. That was good.
That's good.
Yes.
That was clever.
Yes. As opposed to Sierra Way. I mean, Sierra, everything was Sierra around Sierra, so.
Josh went on a pilgrimage to Half Dome and Oakhurst.
It was cool to see the area that my favorite games were born. I got to see Half Dome.
Somebody made me talk.
It's a great time of year to see.
Whoa, Highbury Hazard is raiding with a party of 30. Welcome.
Wow, welcome.
Where are they here?
A raid. We haven't had a raid forever. Okay.
Party of 30.
Wow, look at there. Okay. Don't forget that Apple is on Infinite Loop. Also, Lindt Chocolate headquarters is at the address Fine Chocolate Place. That's one fine chocolate place. Yeah. What's in the Sierra lot now? I think Sierra Television.
It's a building of the Sierra Telephone Company.
Yes.
And in
hey,
fact,
my heroes are over here. Well, great. Hello.
And several several Sierra employees went to.
Yes. Watch out! Hazardous raid! Oh no! Sounds like something Cedric would say. I was playing Quest for Glory 3 in French to try and learn French. Wow, that's interesting.
And how well did it work?
Yes, it's especially said how well was it written in French. I don't know. Save often, yes.
The French translation of Hero You Rogue to Redemption is excellent.
Yes. A poisonous raid. Well, actually, a poisonous raid. Razzle dazzle root beer. Speaking of Sierra, I saw Ken and Roberta at the Game Awards. Yes, we saw pictures of them there.
Yeah.
Hello, Raiders.
They said they only
Cedric, kill the owl. No,
they only had like a cameo there.
Oh, they only had a cameo? Oh,
yeah.
Well, they were there.
But
and
they got to mention
their
them
picture,
again.
and they're all over the Facebook. So, yeah, great for them. Happy. So, at any rate, yes. Hi, Anna. Hi, you people. Welcome again to the holidays. As I said, we're celebrating all the holidays here.
Which holiday is it?
Oh, well, I don't know. When was Hanukkah?
Not yet. But it is Lori's birthday.
Close. Yes, it's Lori's birthday today. And
Lori is 29 years old today.
They presented an award and the Colossal Cave ran an ad. That was about it. In Salem, the place where the witch dungeon has been torn down, and there's an office building there. But I'm the only one who was creepy enough to discover that it's just offices, no security in front, so you can walk in and people just assume you work there and find a stairway down to the basement and walk around in the area where the dungeon once was. Is there anything at Sierra Telephone Company now? Nah. There was nothing at Sierra Telephone when Sierra was there.
There is a gate. There is security.
Yes, there is security, but there's nothing that reminds you of Sierra because they tossed everything. Yes.
Well, even Sierra didn't remind us of Sierra when we worked there because the really nice Sierra building was the Sierra Professional Building at the very south end of Oakhurst. It was a lovely wood structure.
Yeah, you can still
Sierra,
see the pictures of that. That's the ones in Space Quest and occasionally
and
fans
Sierra occupied the second floor. But about the 6 months into my working there, they built the new offices. It was basically a warehouse style building. So, on Sierra Way. It has no character.
When Yosemite Entertainment took it over, they put a lot of money into dressing up the insides, and it really did look nice for a while, yeah. Oh no, I'm 29. I thought she was 26. Yes, of course. Yeah, she doesn't look a day over 20. Oh, you flatterers, you flatterers. Time has flown by over the past few years, yes. Oh, that's nothing. I stood in the foundations of the house where the actual hysteria began. The place where the girls supposedly got possessed. That's cool. Again.
Whatever possessed them?
Yes. Highbury's going to have to head off now.
Oh, Les.
Thank you very much for showing up. I sent you a PM on Facebook. Okay, we'll have to check. Yes, we'll have to check that on Facebook. Who was it to me? Okay, yeah, I occasionally get on Facebook enough to advertise this, and then I try not to stay on Facebook.
We both canceled our Twitter accounts, so you won't get to us on our normal Twitter.
Yeah. But Facebook's still the right way to find us if we ever look.
I think there's a Transolar Games Twitter account, but we don't have access to it.
Okay, I gave my friend a cuckoo clock. She smiled and said, "Sublime. I love it, I love it, I love it. There's no present like the time."
Ah!
Raining pigs and noodles. Okay. Whatever possessed them? Hallucinogens, probably. Yeah. Yes. Technically, I still exist on Twitter, but I left it. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
We weren't using it very much anyway.
We were only using it
but
to advertise
we were publicizing this stream. That was about it.
Yes, that's a sad thing. I mean, but.
Adrift on a Sea is one of our viewers.
Wow, we got all sorts of interesting viewers. Yes. We do appreciate you showing up. Yes,
yeah.
Indeed. As is mental illness. Interesting. Well, also hysteria. I mean, there's a phenomena around people, the whole self-hypnosis sort of thing. That also can be applied to this, is that you're convinced that somebody else is like that, so you mimic them, you act like it because you're just automatically doing that. It's not necessarily.
Oh, so the dates of Hanukkah, turns out, runs from 25th Kislev up to 3rd Tevet.
Okay, so now you know. Okay, except it's December 18th through the 26th. So happy Hanukkah for all the people that celebrate that.
You get a head start before Christmas.
You do.
Full week.
Yeah, it's always, thing. The
light a candle.
Maccabees successfully rebelled. And so therefore we
against Antiochus IV.
Oh boy.
Epiphanes.
Yes.
Was Epiphanes part of his name?
Evening of the 18th, for those who needed the clarification. Yes, exactly. In case you did not recognize the dates of...
Starts at sunset, I believe.
Yes. And you light the candles. What else is going on? Well, we will be doing a live stream on New Year's Eve for those people that don't sit through all of this. We will be going from 6
p.m. until whenever
midnight.
We stop, but probably past midnight a little
Just
bit.
a little past midnight, so we'll ring in the new year.
And that new year will probably be 2023, although I have trouble remembering that this year is 2022.
Okay. Well, so at any rate, we have...
Laurie is the same age as I am today.
That's true. Yes. We were born in the same year, with 2 weeks apart.
Yeah.
After Laurie told me I should write down my stories, I tagged her with a video of me living with the last hunter-gatherers. Ooh!
In the Quest for More Glory group.
Wow. Awesome.
They don't test Facebook.
No, they don't. I'd stay up for the whole thing, but 3 p.m. Eastern can be a slog. Right, we'll celebrate New Year's on the hour. So.
But it will be far more respectable hours in Australia and New Zealand.
I'm going to be hanging out in a complex household at the time. And there will be Hanukkah, Yule, and Christmas. That's the right way to do it. It's more the merrier.
So is Yule the 22nd?
Is it really? Yeah, I think so.
Let's try,
Yes.
Yule.
You'll be happy.
21st.
21st, okay.
It was the 21st.
Okay. I'll be visiting Japan with friends. That's the right also a great way to celebrate this season, yes.
We have never been to Japan, but we do love some Japanese food.
And Anna was Russian Orthodox. Growing up, Christmas was always on January 7th. Well, that's nice because...
Is that 12th night? Right about then.
Yeah, about then.
So the SCA, Society for Creative Anachronism, typically has a 12th night celebration.
Yeah. For New Year's Eve, my family celebrates at midnight GMT, so evening in the U.S., and get some reasonable sleep. Very reasonable.
Very, very good plan.
Yes. I went to Japan on Christmas in 2007. Wow. We went to Barcelona for Christmas in whatever year that was.
Whatever year it was.
Some years ago.
2019?
Something like that. It was a bizarre thing. We went with our son and our daughter-in-law, had an interesting time. She got her cell phone stolen, and we got an announcement that Corey's sister had died, and all sorts of interesting things. But it was really weird.
It was a
Christmas.
Trip.
Yes.
Definitely a trip.
But it was very nice. It was very pleasant. It was just cool in Barcelona that time of year.
So some places we would like to visit at some point include Japan, the Greek Isles, because Lori did that whole game set in the Greek Isles without us ever having been there. And I think we'd probably like to visit Ireland and Scotland sometime.
Yeah. Went to Mexico for Christmas one year.
We've been to England.
Yes.
We've been to London.
It was the Russian Orthodox Church outside of Russia. It was called St. Sophia's. We started on the mainland, but built a church on the island that I live on.
Oh.
Wow. This is amusing. I am told that eating Chinese food on Christmas is a proper Jewish tradition because, well, everything else is closed. A few years ago, I was in China in Christmas, so I celebrated by default. Yes.
China, depending on the part, would also be interesting to visit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places that we'd kind of like to visit, but that I'd probably get sick.
Oh well.
If I visited India, I'd probably get ill.
Oh well.
I had a teacher in high school who traveled extensively. He was my World Civilizations teacher, and had actually been to many of the places he taught about. And he got dysentery somewhere or other, and it was a lifelong, crippling illness for him.
I saw "We will be open on Christmas" sign on a local Chinese restaurant just a few days ago, actually. Well, that's good because, yes, if you don't want to have the big Christmas turkey or ham or whatever, Chinese food is a good alternative to that. Yes, dim sum for Christmas. I got so sick right before I left Mexico. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, people getting sick traveling. I mean, every time I went to a science fiction convention, I always came home with convention crud.
Yeah.
And here it is again.
And for Halloween, we had done the cruise with our grandson, and our grandson got sick just before the
trip, just in time to give it to us.
Right. So yeah.
Hype.
Oh, there we go.
There's a hype.
There's a hype. That's a hype.
Why is there a hype here and not there?
I don't know.
Are we at different places?
I don't know.
No,
we see something different on
that's
screens.
Interesting. So we have a Voozle Dance is the name of it. But we have different images on our Streamlabs chatbot is on the main console. I don't know if I can copy or anything.
That would be interesting.
Let's try a Voozle Dance. Let's see if that does anything. Nope. Doesn't do it. This is the Voozle Dance.
I remember one year, many years ago, I worked on Christmas, and even fast foods were closed that day. I ended up having, Chinese food for dinner after work because I was too tired to want to cook.
Well, you on Thanksgiving went to
I went to KFC.
Kentucky Fried
Yeah.
Chicken with our friend Jim when I was out of town.
Yeah.
Was that when I was at Orlando?
You were at Orlando, yeah.
I was at Orlando. I was on the vacation that cost me my job at Yosemite Entertainment.
Yes, indeed. And I was at Yosemite Entertainment.
As opposed to if I had stayed there and finished getting Quest for Glory 5 out the door, then
you would have.
Then the following week they would have fired me.
Yes. It's a fellow streamer called Avoozle. Cool.
Now, we did not invent the name of Avoozle. That is out of a book by Anton Sander LaVey, who created the Church of Satan, which was about the most non-satanic Church of Satan you can imagine.
Yeah. The forerunner of the modern churches of Satan that are going around that are doing things.
Well, they have the Temple of Satan, or the Satanic Temple, I think, is the one that puts up the big statues of Baphomet and stuff like that.
Good to know, yes. Yes, there you go, your trivia of the evening.
So it's in a book called The Satanic Rituals. And they had the ritual of Avoozle was a spider god in the book, and every time you crush a spider, you're incurring the wrath of Avoozle.
Right. Well, we like the name, anyway.
Yes, great name.
Oh, I was watching Ren and Stimpy, and there was the episode where Stimpy was trying to brush his teeth. Oh, God, after he with the... Yikes. That was seriously scary. I mean, I remember Ren and Stimpy. I found it too grotesque for my taste, but I remember that episode, and it was like, oh, my God. Too grotesque. Too scary. By definition, distance from God is Satanism. That's
other than the fact that Satan was one of God's co-workers.
Well, not really.
I mean,
Satan is a modern day name that was put on it. I mean,
all right. So, like the fallen angel originally was an angel in heaven. Yeah. It's all very complicated.
Yes. Twitch has taken action on my report about the spam person. Yay!
Hey, good for them.
They'll let you know.
Twitch and Twitter are so confusingly similar that
I was
I often
shocked
type
to
the
hear
wrong
it. It
one.
was actually my 12-year-old that caught it first. Now that's a question of how close, who came first, the Ren and Stimpy or the music for the game. And I can't remember what years Ren and Stimpy went. You know, I'm assuming it's a coincidence. I'm assuming that if it was too similar, that somebody heard, remembered something and vaguely reproduced it. That's what normally happens with those. Nobody went out to imitate a game's music or vice versa from Ren and Stimpy.
But some of our music was from classical sources.
Yes,
so,
but Ren and Stimpy was not a classical source. Yes.
Second season of Ren and Stimpy was 1992. Okay, so Quest for Glory 2 was released in 90. Quest for Glory 3...
Right, so Ren and Stimpy came first.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy came first.
Okay. What were you going for from a storytelling perspective with a meeting with the FA? In a way, it feels anticlimactic, like you meet this guy whose books you're reading and he calls it crap. After you help him, he says the books helped him, I'm sure, but it's what you do with the knowledge that matters. Kind of reinforces that you did it on your own, that you weren't really following him.
What was that for? Was that for Quest for Glory 5?
Yes, that was the whole point
of it. You meet FA in Quest for Glory 5?
Yes.
I should play that game sometime.
Yes, you do. You meet the FA, and he's very disappointing, and he is anticlimactic, and he's not at all what you expect to see. But the truth is, most authors aren't very exciting.
Yeah, meeting with Stephen King, probably, as a person, so as an author, you might be really thrilled by him, or not. But as a person, you would probably think
you
that
may or may not be excited by it.
He's a cripple in a wheelchair.
But it's all...
Stephen King, he was run over.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He isn't in a wheelchair.
Oh, is he out of the wheelchair?
Yeah, he's been...
Oh, I'm glad he's better.
He rehabilitated. It took him years, though. But yeah. Anita's death.
Rule Britannia might have existed before Ultima just a little.
Oh, they were using Anitra's dance. Oh, that makes more sense. Yes. We all stole from the same place. Yes. I get excited when I hear Ultima music elsewhere. And then again, Rule Britannia might have existed before Ultima. Yes.
Britannia, Britannia rules the
My
waves.
mom puts on classic.
Britons never ever shall be slaves.
My mom puts on classical music when my family does art together, and I often come across pieces that reflect or even woven throughout the Quest for Glory series, and it's phenomenal to come across these bits and pieces randomly.
See, educational games.
Yes, particularly 4, though. 4 was very heavy into the reinterpretations of
But
the
the
classics.
harem dance in 2 was based on a Middle Eastern folk dance.
Yeah, but it wasn't an exact copy.
No, it wasn't an exact copy.
It was definitely based
inspired
on it.
by
Yes,
it.
yes. Fellowship theme just came into my head the other day. Well, there's a theme in World of Warcraft right now, and honestly, every time I hear it start, I feel like it's going to go into a Lord of the Rings music, and it's like, wait a second.
Which one?
The theme for well, we'll talk about it later when I can figure out. And I have Otter Gurgle Zenmer, thanks to Rule Britannia. Okay. I talk often about the characters from the games, and it's always a surprise to me when my mom's like, I never heard of that creature, and I'm like, you still need to play the games. Yes, really. I came across a YouTube video of a Anitra dance. One of the comments, Quest for Glory, baby. Love the music in this game. Oh, great. Yes. I learned a lot of vocabulary and spelling from Heroes Quest's parser. Yes, very educational.
Yeah, we've gotten a number of letters from people that said they learned how to type.
Yeah, all on those
or
things.
learned how to spell.
I can't imagine
Because
my
they have to type
parents
stuff.
playing games. Well, my mother might have, but by the time we got them out, she couldn't, you know.
Well, I found my father's old college, one of his college yearbooks, and mentioned that he was on the chess club in college.
Okay,
So he played games.
No, we played games growing up.
We played all
Yes,
kinds of
yeah.
games with our parents growing up.
I recently had to be in the hospital for injury, and Quest for Glory kept me amused and entertained. Well, I'm sorry to hear you were in the hospital for the injury. I'm glad you were entertained, but I'm just sorry you had to be in a hospital, because nobody should be in a hospital. Odger Gorgel Femner is a place in Ultima 6, which goes as a perfect counterpoint to Rule Britannia. This song title translates to Song of the Gargoyle People in the Gargish Kolang that was created for Ultima 6. Wow. I don't know.
Kolang.
Did we actually play that? I don't know if I played 6. Probably
I
not.
played a little bit of 6.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I think I played a little bit of 6.
Odd Care is sound tool, Gargle is gargoyle, Zen is creature. I cannot quite remember how Mur translates. Okay. Yes, and written by Herman Miller, who came up with most of the gargoyles' language and culture. The man is a genius. Oh, great.
He makes great chairs too.
Okay. Okay.
You've heard of Herman Miller office chairs?
No, I have not.
Unless I have the name wrong. That's it.
Okay.
They're
Sorry. Don't,
ultra expensive, like $6,000 chairs and
okay.
stuff like that.
Great chairs. Okay. Speaking of gargoyles, issue number 1 is out for Dynamite's revival of the Disney animated series.
Well, I get thrown off every time I see the name James Gunn because, to me he's a science fiction author, and but to everyone else he's the director of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
Or
If
writer.
anyone wants copies, let me know. I'm putting together a group buy of one of the special covers. Cool. That's nice. Bought it the other day. Are you the the brainiac?
That's Dynamite's
from-
revival of the Disney animated series. Gargoyles.
Yes. Yeah. Let's see. At any rate,
Well, the original Brainiac, of course, was from
Superman.
Yeah, Superman Legion of, was it the Legion of Superheroes or
Yeah, that sounds right.
something like that?
Who is Brainiac, and why is he obsessed with Kellogg's Raisin Bran?
Brainiac.
Then there's Alfred Bester, who is a science fiction author for whom the character portrayed by Walter Koenig in Babylon 5 is named.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, yeah, I know. That's right. Theirs was Bester.
Yes, I remember the name. I didn't actually read any of Bester's thing. I know Spider Robinson had him in the Callahan's, had a reference to him in Callahan's Cross Time Saloon too. So he was very popular in the earlier science fiction days before our main reading time. Yeah. So, let's see.
Then we for nap.
Well, then it's time to play a game.
Okay, shall we play a game?
Have you set it all
Shall
up?
we play a game? Maybe. Let's see. Should I start it to see if
Yes,
it works?
you should start it. Yes,
It
you
doesn't.
did not. Okay, retry this.
Let's try doing that. Let's try going back to menu. Let's try again. That worked.
All right, good.
All right, we have a game. We're probably supposed to do a queue.
No, we haven't managed to do a queue forever because it doesn't generally work. But maybe
But sometimes it does.
this time for sure.
This is Match It. We are opening. Let's get rid of the S. Opening queue.
Okay.
Now, what's this queue for? It is for this game over here on the desktop called Magic Match It. And we are going to reveal a grid, which hopefully won't reveal the picture this time, of cards, one of which is covered up by us, so that'll make it more challenging.
Yes, you'll have to remove us from the list.
And you're
Or
going
reduce
to
us.
name some coordinates, sort of like when you're playing Battleship, like A4, D1.
Right.
And we'll see whether they match. Cue the cue.
The object of this is to reveal the picture underneath and to
To name that picture.
and name who's in the picture if you can't name the picture itself. So, any rate.
We only have 6 people in the queue. We need more people. Everybody join the queue by typing !play.
Yes, and then we can.
And do that now.
I was very fond, speaking of reboots, the DuckTales reboot was excellent.
DuckTales.
It was better than the original in many ways. So, yeah.
DuckTales. No.
Kind of, but
Close, but not quite, still not quite it.
I'm eager to see if they could do in the 2023 in the original plan for Dylan. I don't know. I have mixed emotions about Babylon 5. I think it ended really well in 4, and I did not want to see that final season of 5, the 5th season plans. Because
So, wait a second. They're rebooting Babylon 5?
sounded like it, yeah.
I haven't heard anything about that. Or maybe I haven't forgot it.
Yeah. I'm going to go decorate my tree. Have a tree day. Yes. Have a fine tree. But I'm glad to get to hang out for a while. Well, have fun decorating your tree. I think tree decorating is very important.
Okay, let's go take some people out
nostalgia.
of this queue and play a game. Babylon 5 was done so well. I'm apprehensive about a reboot. Yeah, it really was a great show. Oh, we got 10 people now. That's enough.
Okay, great.
Okay, the first 3 people in the queue
Pick next.
are Schumann,
Wow, the usual suspects.
OSU, and Molly.
You made.
All right, type in some coordinates, and let's put them in and see what happens.
Originally, the character of Delenn was planned to be male before the chrysalis. Yes. That is interesting. I mean, they certainly readapted everything. All right. Schumann says B4 and C3.
B4. C3. Turk!
Oh, congratulations! Great start for the game.
And that one on to Molly, but I think it's OSU's turn. Are we just taking whatever order they come in now?
No, we're taking no.
Okay, we need to see whether we need to give
Brainiac.
Brainiac first, second chance at hitting that target.
Yes, B3 and C4.
B3 and C4. No Turk, but also no match. Molly went for A1, A2. Oh, you found the Turk!
Congratulations, we got Turk out of the way!
And that means you've revealed the picture under the Turk, and there are no more Turks.
Yes, Turks are gone!
But we'll have to pick 3 more names.
Yes, you will.
Who are?
Muroctopus, Yosh.
No, down here.
Oh, down there. I'm looking in the wrong place. Golden Drake, Anna, and then Baltzar. Okay, so Golden Drake is next.
Give us some chords.
Yes.
And of course, you remember what happened with
Golden
B3,
Drake
B4,
did
and C4.
A6, B6,
A6
is a U.
and B6
Is a kitty, and they do not match. I have won. Yes, you have won. Congratulations. All right.
You won, but Schumann won the other one.
Yes. All right, let's see.
D1 for Anna.
D1. D1. There's a kitty.
Can you match that kitty? Do you remember where Kitty was?
Hi, Ryan. Running super late this morning. Can't hang around. Hope you had a wonderful day, Lori, and everybody else. Thank you very much,
happy
Ryan.
holidays.
You can see we are playing your game.
Says D4.
Okay.
I don't think that was right.
Huh? D4.
Oh.
No, it's a corgi. It's Sammy.
Sammy. Okay, I think both Sammy and Kitty have been seen elsewhere, so people should be able to
you
guess
got
them.
a chance to.
Who's
Actually,
up? Is it
we're up to
Belzar?
Belzar. It pleases me, says Molly Metroid. Yes, to find the second Turk. It was a good start to this game. A5. A5 with
A6.
Tabby. And A6 is the U.
W.
All right, we are done with that. Pick next. The next three people are Murdoctopus, Yosh, LFG, and Naming Collision. So Murdoctopus, your chance to actually...
I want to turn that L into an I and make it Yoshi, because...
I know. Yes. Okay. We're looking for Murdoctopus.
B2 and C5
That's
for Arlo.
Arlo, but we're looking for Murdoctopus first.
Arlo obviously just gave us coordinates without entering the queue. B3 and A5.
Okay. B3. B3 is
A5.
Tabby. A5.
You have matched.
You have a Tabby! Yay! We have a match and we get to see what is below. Okay, and
I'm doing better than usual. I'm actually remembering some of these squares.
Right, and you get to go again, Murdoctopus. Yes, Yoshi is a nickname of
Arlo
mine.
is just exclamation point play.
Yes, yes, bang play. Mm-hmm. And C4.
And D4.
C4 is Sammy, and D4 is Sammy. You got two in a row.
Very well
we
done.
are revealing even more. Okay. And you may
You're
go
revealing
again.
my cough.
Yes, you may go again.
You read the instructions on this cough medicine, see if I'm due for more.
Thought the cold was better.
12
it's
hours.
Better. It
It
doesn't
is.
mean it's great. You were doing so well.
I did a podcast a couple weeks ago, and it was just an absolute disaster, completely unusable.
Yeah.
Murdoctopus wants a C2.
Oh, okay. C2. C2 is Muella.
And she has not appeared before, so
No, so you have
guess.
to guess randomly. You're going to get all the ones figured out before my turn, yeah. Well, now he has to guess, so we will see how good he is.
There have been two kitties up there, and people did not match those
Yeah,
yet.
that's true, but right now we have a Muella.
So what's going with your C2, Murd?
Yeah.
D5.
D5 is Tilly. They do not match, and they will go back. And so
Well, they
now
sort of
we
match.
go on to the
They're
next. They're
good
in
friends.
the same game. Yes, they're in this. Well, they may be. And now we go to Yosh. Yosh, your turn. Give us some letters.
And numbers.
Numbers and letters. All right. He says B6. B6 is here.
And that
And
is Kitty.
we have Kitty. And where is the other Kitty?
D1.
D1. Is that D1?
You
It
did it.
is D1. Yes, you are good.
Your memory has remembered.
Yes. Now, what other numbers do you want to try? Coordinates. Holy cow! Yes. Well, except that was not.
That would be Muella.
That would have been a Muella. Yeah.
Well, as the holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
I
Someone
don't think you
is
called her
actually
that anyway. You
streaming.
should have, because she's a paladin.
Somebody.
You missed a joke.
Oh well. Holy cow! It's actually in reference. Someone is actually streaming Wizard and the Princess on Twitch. So all of you Wizard and Twitch, Wizard and the Princess fans, be sure to know that you should check that out. Okay, so Did C1.
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 That's a
That's a
Muella.
Muella.
And what you gonna match that with?
D3.
Nope.
Nope.
That is Satari.
That's Satari, and we will go to Naming Collision. Naming Collision, it is your turn. High Res. High Res Adventure number 2 in all its classic grandeur. All right. Naming Collision says C2. C2 is Muella.
And
Wizard and the Princess is KQ0. High Sionvir.
C1.
C1.
That is correct.
You remember, huh? You are correct. Yes! Yay! Can you guess what we're looking at? If not, guess again.
Wizard and Princess was King's Quest 0. Mission Asteroid was Space Quest 0. Softborn was Larry 0. Mystery House was Laura Bow 0. Legend of the Red Dragon, which I don't remember, was QFG 0.
Okay. I never saw I never even heard of Legend
Very
of the
difficult
Red
for us to have been
Dragon.
influenced by something we didn't play.
All right. Naming Collision.
Mission Asteroid isn't nearly funny
Yay,
enough.
I got one. And now, because you chaps have taken all my other matches, I go with B1 and B2. B1 is Ifeo. B2 is Tilly. So we have our 2 stars back to back. And so the next person on our list on this game is, pick next, 2, 3, is Terrible Sauce. Then followed by Brainiac, and then Schumann 3D Glass, because they signed up again to play. Let's see. All right.
So,
Legend of the Red Dragon is a BBS door game. You needed to be less popular in high school to get the references. I see. Okay. So, Terrible Sauce says B2 and C5.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So, first of all, back here, B2, Tilly, and
C5.
C5. C5. And
Satari.
Satari, not quite. Okay. So, I accidentally, successfully, randomly inputted a registration code for
Legend of the Red Dragon.
Okay, so we're next on the list is Brainiac's turn. The odds of guessing a code are astronomically low. Okay. All right, B2, and D5. D5. Tilly and Tilly are a
Tilly.
match. You got it. And we
Plus,
revealed
you pays attention.
2 more things. Now, can you get the next 2? And then C5, C5, and D3. And there we have it. Satari.
Double Satari.
Yay. Okay, can you clear the board now? Can you tell, thanks for the subscription. Oh, thank you for giving a subscription. Yes, very much. That's very important for these things. We're not sure why, but it's very happy when people give subscriptions.
I think we get a little micro payment for each one.
Maybe. Is that what it is?
We
Okay.
get some tiny percentage of it.
Okay. So, all right. There's the one I missed. So let's see. A1 is Ifeo. And can you find the match for Ifeo? Anyone watch Spine of the Night? I watched it recently and liked the story and art style. I wasn't into the ultra-violent fighting, but when you were starving for fantasy movies, beggars can't be choosers. B1 says Brainiac. Ifeo,
You did
back
it!
to back!
Good
Yay!
guess.
All right, and there we get to see the background.
Right, left side of the screen. What is going on here?
All right.
Time to guess.
If you logged on to a BBS, there were door games, which basically meant the BBS server was handing over control to some program running on the server. They were like multiplayer games with text. You had to use the keyboard to choose if you wanted to attack, defend. There was like a bulletin board with notices of what the other players did. Somehow we missed that, and we were on BBSs at the time, or at least Corey was. All right.
Yeah, I was on the Stewart 2 BBS out of Santa Cruz Hills.
Let's clear the bottom. And there is Calvin. And what do you want to try to match with Calvin?
Yeah, a lot of those games had ridiculous early player advantages. I played a game called, what was it, Travian.
A4. Was that Travian on the BBS?
It's online.
Rodrigo. Okay, so next is, I believe it is Schumann's turn. That explanation was for naming collection. Ah, yes. Well, thank you. We all appreciate the thing. And, yes, we did actually, it was good to define it because I had not heard that term. Let's start with A3. And the starting point of A3 is a U. Maybe you'll get lucky.
Maybe you will.
You might. It's Yule time, after all. I wish my family had owned a modem, so I might have experienced BBSs. Not sure if my parents would have liked the resulting phone bills. No.
A6. Yes, I believe you're correct.
A6. You did it! You know. You is
He's not in the least bit sheepish.
No. And yes, can you remember? Can you figure out what it is? How is it possible that I'm in a podcast with Sierra Game fans and you guys never heard of door games? Good question.
Because Sierra didn't do door games. That's easy.
Yeah, well. All right, the board is now clearable. I just downloaded the door game and ran them offline on my own PC, so they still can be alive. A4 shows us Rodrigo. Next, you're going to tell me you never read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Well, we certainly read it.
Sarah didn't publish that either.
No,
but we read it.
We didn't play.
And we played. I played it.
I didn't play it. I couldn't get past the
beginning. I played up to the Vogon ship or so.
I think everybody has to read it. HQ to the G to be allowed to be a human. Well, yes, I think they're definitely required reading for a lot of things.
Yeah, and it was don't forget your towel.
Yes. Playing them offline can be fun, but not as much fun as it would be. D2 is Calvin, so they do not match. I've heard of Arlo, you wanted to get into the game early, and we didn't get you.
Yeah, Arlo, why don't you give us some coordinates?
Arlo, because we're going to be going. Anybody new in the queue? We need a new winner. Yes.
Yep, let's get Arlo in here. Arlo, let's hear your moves.
I wasn't paying enough attention. Oh, yeah. Well, it's easy to get distracted in here.
Yeah, especially when they're talking all the time.
Yes, you already got the coordinates I gave you before. Well, you'll have to give us some new ones. Start it all over again. Yep.
And I'll put my hat on backwards.
Okay, you do that. Okay. Oh, that's right. We're going to get rid of our face there so they can actually
see those bottom ones.
See those bottom ones, so that we're not,
my screen capture.
I don't know. That didn't do it. Video capture. You need to block the video capture, probably that way. Ta-da! He figured it out. Yes. Okay. Arlo says A4, and D2. Rodrigo and
that doesn't match.
Calvin.
Still Calvin.
Oh well. All right. Depended on the people who were on the BBS. My local BBS was full of toxic jerks. Jeez. Yeah.
That was my experience playing Ultima Online the first time.
Okay. All right. I guess we go these people.
As opposed to my experience playing EverQuest was I got out of town and into the fields and immediately got slaughtered by a monster that was way too tough for a beginning hero.
Murdoctopus, it is your turn to give the coordinates to clear this board and figure out what this picture really is. Oh, Anna's got to try and join. Yeah.
Welcome. Except you...
and you need a capital I guess.
No,
I don't
she
know.
did an I play instead of exclamation point
it's
play.
an exclamation play.
Exclamation, not an I.
Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, yes.
Somebody explained that.
Yes, so wait a second. Murdoctopus was trying to say something. So You need to come back to that. He wanted to try the
D6.
D6. D6 with Rodrigo.
Rodrigo, and what does he match? Well, I play is probably an Apple trademark.
A4.
A4.
There we go.
Double Rodrigo.
There. I really remember
Doble
looking forward to
Rodrigo.
Ultima Online, and when my parents forbid it, and then I read about the Ultima Dragons news groups and was fairly content that I didn't drive. Yes, C6.
That is Calvin. I always imagine sitting at my own inn near Scarabray, which is a real place.
Yes.
And is it
yeah.
Wales?
No, Scarabray's Ireland.
Ireland, Scotland, somewhere around there.
Yes. I never met the online...
D2.
Okay, get the D2.
You are correct.
You are... Yay!
There are 2 squares left. Can you guess the picture before revealing the last 2 squares?
Or reveal guess the last 2 squares, and you can reveal the picture.
But that will actually show it, because that's the way it's programmed.
I was trying to read the thing up here, though. We're going to scroll off. Our little hero is saying things. I never met the online narcissists on the BBSs. That was more after the internet got invented. But what was interesting, that when I downloaded a disk image of the Indiana Jones game to play on my Amiga simulator, it ended up being some cracked version where the hacker made a message scroll for like 5 minutes, like, la ha ha, I phone you, you're so pathetic, I'm better than you, to some other hacker, and you just had to read it for 5 minutes to play the game. I laughed seeing that. Even then, the hacker culture was the same. Yeah. All right, so Murdoctopus.
All right, it says it's, I believe it's a Hero U holiday card. I'll clear the board with B4 and B5 to find out.
Yes. Fritz and Fritz reveals.
And there is your holiday card. And Lori says it's the one from 2018. I didn't remember.
Yes, the only reason I know is because I saw the name of the original card.
The file, yeah.
Yes, look at that. There is our holiday card with Tilly and Calvin and Quirk and Sean all on the whole thing.
And there's actually no place in any of the games where those characters appear on at the same time.
Oh, well. Meep.
Or even in the same game.
But happy holidays, and I believe Murdoctopus is our winner.
You are, and Murdoctopus. Murdoctopus,
was
please.
Sean. Yes, you were correct. That was Sean with his
that
holiday hat.
Murdoctopus. Enter. Please send email to support at...
How quirky. Yes, indeed. There we go. There's the octopus itself.
So the catch to that, Murdoctopus, is we have a couple players who have won previous games that sent messages to that, and we can go back to ourselves.
Yes. Calvin does have has on his scarab apron.
Yes, a Egyptian symbol.
Oh, I completely misunderstood the image. I thought it was a village scene with buildings and stuff. Yes.
I thought so too. I thought the Hero U was on the side of the hillside. Which is my oft-repeated Quest for Glory 2 programming story. Is when I was programming the desert in Quest for Glory 2, I had a scene of the hero riding off in the distance based on the line art that we were given initially. And then when I got the finished painted version of it, I discovered that the plains, the desert scape that I had ridden off into the distance was actually the side of a mountain, and that the hero was going up the side of the mountain, and it didn't work.
Alas.
I had to reprogram it.
But yeah, it's
I could not imagine what the final art was going to look like.
Yes, and now you have it. Well, actually, we don't actually have to see. We could keep it on that image again. So the desktop. There it is. So you get to appreciate it. And we will be having a new holiday card coming up soon. So,
as soon as JP finishes it.
So we will have a different cast of characters on that
And
card.
we'll be giving that away to everyone via our Patreon, which is time to advertise the Patreon.
And Brainiac says, if anyone thinks they still have any outstanding awards, feel free to let Brainiac know. My listing isn't complete, but I have most over the past 2 years. We've had real trouble getting hold of some of our people and vice versa.
Yeah, I've sent messages both from the support account and from my personal account, and they both bounced apparently or something.
So
or gone into somebody's spam filter.
So we don't know. We're trying to get to these people.
I guess
Outstanding.
Transloader.com used to be hosted by Sierratel
Yes.
Internet and is now on Bluehost along with, which is the same place as the HeroU.net. So it's possibly, some people think.
Ah, you went to Patreon. Okay. So.
I talked.
You did. You talked. No, don't do that. Here's our Patreon page. You can join us here, and you can see that we've got various articles like
this most recent one. Continue reading.
Yeah.
Click on continue reading.
There we go, with a Yule Times Tidings card, so to speak, and our Happy Thanksgiving wallpaper that you can still get. You too can have that as your wallpaper with the entire cast of Efeo's game.
So we used to be, valuable and productive people. I wrote inventory control systems and word processing programs.
Yeah.
But today all we do is run this live stream.
I won a creepy painting ages ago, but I was forgotten, I think. Okay, creepy painting. We did have some creepy paintings. I don't have any idea what the creepy...
Would it have been this one?
Huh? No, we didn't give away the good stuff. We gave away...
I'd see. Our excess art.
Our excess art. Creepy painting isn't a good enough description. Sorry.
Well, we had those ones from that were the hologram type things from Disneyland that showed.
Yeah, but we didn't give those away. Sorry. No, we didn't give those.
We haven't, but we didn't.
I don't think so, unless it was still back in. If it was years ago, we might have tried to give away one of those when we were still living in Oakhurst, but I don't know. Roberta's no longer around to handle the physical stuff, so we've tried not to give away physical stuff, even though, there we go, we have a octocorgi, yes. But never sent it. Yeah, Belzar probably didn't send the email to claim
Wait, I don't understand what Arlo's asking about.
Oh, okay, I didn't see.
What was the storytelling point of something?
Which one?
No, where you were, right where you were. Why don't you scroll back?
Because you
go down to the bottom.
I thought...
Sorry to be a stickler on this, but what are you saying the storytelling point was? You wanted to be anticlimactic or to teach the hero they didn't owe success to anyone?
Yes, I believe that.
When?
Okay, back to Quest for Glory 5 and meeting the famous adventurer. Yes, it was supposed to be anticlimactic, but the whole point was that, yes,
the hero was a hero on his own. And
yes, you didn't need the books, but those were only the things that inspired you.
What got you started. And once you got started, it was all up to you.
Just like a game is just an inspiration for what you do with the rest of your life. So yes, it was a lesson of life that isn't the game that did it. It really is you. And so, yeah, that's the point of that. Let's see, back to the webcam. There.
Hugh said he won something from Stephen Emmond on the Volume 0 QFT Extra from...
Wow.
Now, that wasn't from us, though, I don't think, because we weren't giving those away. Because we don't have them.
Yeah, unless Roberta was giving them away, I don't know. Let's see. The only physical reward I really want right now is the Collector's Quest is available. Yeah, okay, fine. About the meeting with the FA, yes, I got it. I understood context. Corey didn't. I was so happy I won that because Kickstarter was going on while I was unemployed during the pandemic. Couldn't back. Oh, okay, yeah. So in a
sense, the entire concept of the famous adventurer is self-promoting rich and famous people. So as I mentioned, similar to Gilroy Lockhart in Harry Potter, but also someone like Elon Musk or like Donald Trump or any of those that play themselves up, and they're famous. They're famous because they say they're famous.
They're famous in their own mind. That was the whole sort of
Trump
thing.
wrote the book The Art of the Deal on how to be an amazing real estate investor.
He had a ghostwriter.
Yeah, he had a ghostwriter for it.
Yeah.
So that's the whole point. Is He had the art of the deal, but he didn't even write the book, let alone make the deals.
So in the case of Famous Adventurer, many of those adventurers, he didn't go on, but he had other people. The real adventurers came and told him the stories.
And then he wrote them down.
Yes.
So he served a very important role as a chronicler.
Yes.
And just like Jason Michael, M-I-C-A-L, is chronicling the Quest for Glory stories and our stories, and I've been talking with him for about 2 years. And he's writing those into a book that's going to be come out, and I believe the title is Questing for Glory.
Let's see.
I think I came up with.
Presumably you were sent to send them an email. I would just find the previous email and continue following up that email. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if you don't hear from me, keep trying, because sometimes emails have problems.
The games inspired me to do some real life stuff. Are you saying it was really me what did that? Amazing! Yes, you did it!
You done it!
Despite all the games that you played, you know? You didn't live your life through a game. That's the important thing. Yes, the Cole served the important role of chronicling adventures for us to enjoy.
Yeah, so actually, little known fact, neither Lori nor I have actually visited Spielborg or Samaria or Mordavia, and yet we told the stories of those games.
Yeah, exactly.
So Lori is a famous adventurer who's never been on those adventures.
Yes, unfortunately. Well,
Gasp.
and I haven't actually played the games mostly, so therefore I can't actually speak first person about how the game experience
I'm trying to get her to play Summer Days.
Yeah, I know.
I played a little bit and said, why does this do this? And she says, that isn't supposed to do that. And I said, well, what is it supposed to do?
You're supposed to read the directions. That's what I kept saying. If it doesn't do what you expect, look at the scripts. Yes. You have taken me on more adventures than anyone else, places I never imagined, and I love it. Well, thank you, Anna. We tried. We really wanted to give this kind of magical world and let you be part of it. Yes.
Now, where is Mordavia relative to Ukraine?
Mordavia is Moldova, which is in Romania. Moldova, yeah.
Moldova.
And it is in Romania.
Romania.
Yes.
Romania.
Maybe the real heroes are the friends we make along the way. Yes. How does this say? That's a line from The Lost Constellation, supplemental material from Night in the Woods. Did the story really happen? Perhaps not. But hearing the story happened to you. I like that line, yeah. Okay. Yes. And it is Moldavia.
Where?
Over here in Romania. It's this side. This whole...
Moldavia.
Yes.
Okay. Moldavia.
Right,
but there's Moldova.
Yeah, but I said it's Moldavia.
I understand. There's Moldova is right next to it.
Yes. And of course,
and Moldova borders Ukraine.
Well, so it looks like there's a tip that borders Ukraine.
Well,
yeah,
sort of,
there, its top half has Ukraine. At any rate.
Oh yes, Ukraine. Yes.
Yes. So
Ukraine's pretty big, actually.
It is. It is pretty huge.
But Moldova has a whole border with Ukraine.
Of course, Mordavia is Mordor crossed with Moldavia. And it is Romania because that was the heart of all the vampire stories in that originally.
One does not simply walk into Mordor.
Yes. And 2 adventures ago, I saw Lady Elizabeth Bathory's castle, which is the closest real life to Katrina. Kind of. She did not in the least inspire us to do Katrina, but she is a very...
Katrina's her own character.
Yes, a very interesting character in and of herself, yes. I really like the values that were taught through your games. Yeah, that was always important too.
To us, yes.
Yes, it was important to have a theme, to have a reason for these stories. Yes.
Delete those. Okay, Q gone.
Yes.
DQ'd.
Wait, so where's Castlevania?
Castlevania. That's a good question.
Bathory is sort of close to Katrina, but her history was also recorded by people who wanted to smear her effectively. Yes, always remember that anybody, the stories are always told by the people who, didn't like them.
Castlevania is largely set in the eponymous castle of Count Dracula, the main antagonist to the Belmont clan of vampire hunters.
Yes. So now you know.
The Belmont clan.
I was happy to learn it's okay to steal stuff as long as you didn't get caught and had the right affiliations. Yeah, well, not all the lessons we taught were good ones. I'm sorry to say.
Yes, we had our original lead programmer for Heroes Quest quit before the game started when he discovered we had a thief character, and he was very religious and said, thief cannot be a hero. I will not work in a game that has a thief as a hero.
And of course, our thought is anybody can be a hero. It's all about redemption.
And our other thought is anyone that's that close-minded, we don't want to be our lead programmer.
No, that too. Yeah. Between you guys and the virtues in Ultima, I got a good solid grounding in not being a jerk. Yes.
Very good.
The paladin things. I thought Ultima had a great premise. I really like the paladin virtues, and of course we borrow those concepts influenced our games. Yes, Castlevania has
that and paladin from D&D.
Wallachia, yes, like in Japan. I didn't realize
Wallachia.
It had a moving castle, like Howl's Moving Castle.
It's not having been in the dark house, but having left it that counts.
My dad and I planned out how I would play Heroes Quest 1 as a fighter first because it was easiest, and as a magic user, and because it was the second easier, and a thief third because it was the trickiest. Warning. Because you got to see fun areas that were not available in the other two playthroughs. That's the right way to play it, really.
Elizabeth Bathory says, I don't really buy.
The oldest records that do exist record her as probably a serial killer, but someone who drank blood. We generally don't make assumptions.
I always thought Elizabeth Bathory bathed in blood. I didn't think she drank blood.
The story we were hearing that she bathed in blood to stay young were the stories that we were having. Yes. The thief starts out a bit rough on the edges and develops and grows as she does good deeds.
And of course, in the Hero U series, we've replaced thief with rogue, and rogue is more outside the rules, but they're still good people.
So we have altered the whole thing as we go along too, and how we do it. Bathed. Yeah, well, no, I have also heard that she drank blood, so the stories are mixed. Yeah. I think the Magic User is kind of Quest for Glory 1 on hard mode. That's interesting. Yeah, it's harder to stay alive. Yeah, really. As someone who has a degree in history, I will respectfully disagree, but I don't think this is correct. I don't want to get into it, nor do I care to spoil the mood with arguments. I see. Yeah.
It's all right.
And besides...
Anyway, Katrina is only very peripherally... I mean, Katrina is not at all the same personality as Bathory.
No. And...
so it's a really totally different character.
It was a philosophy that was developed as a kid, so I just stuck in my head. It's been the way ever since. Yeah, I understand that. I always found in most games, though, that the warrior was the dull one, so therefore I didn't play the warrior.
One of the things that really impressed me about World of Warcraft, and one of the reasons we still play it to this day, is that the warrior in World of Warcraft is actually a spellcaster.
Yeah.
That so you have abilities like Thunderclap. It does damage all around you, and it's supposedly a physical ability, but it really is the same thing as a spellcaster might do.
So yes, because you have the same kind of choices. As a mage, you're soft and squishy, and you need a lot of money for potions and spells and such like. Yes, mage is hard, but, and thieves can get around things, but when they have to actually fight, it's a problem. Irana was a better love interest than Katrina anyway, and I will fight you on that. Yes, well, Irana deserves love. Whether she deserves your love is, remains to be seen, depending upon how you play the game.
So one of the things you hear over and over again is that bullies beget bullies. That people who are bullied as children frequently, get a little older and become bullies themselves. And it doesn't mean that, they're basically misunderstood good people. I mean, they're bullies too, once they become it. But it's just sad they get into that. So Katrina had a very sad upbringing story, but, as a result of the trauma she suffered as a child, she really became kind of a nasty rotter. So
she was just misunderstood.
Just misunderstood, but evil.
Yes.
Please don't let me be misunderstood.
Lori's reply on Irana deserving your love, yes. Arana has died.
Arana too was mistreated, and she reacted entirely different way
Yes.
than Katrina did.
Right, exactly.
She reacted by trying to do heroic and great
Make
deeds.
the world a better place.
And
yes.
Katrina reacted by, it's everyone out for themselves, and I better find a
Yeah.
way to be out for myself.
But again, their background was very, very different, and it does affect how they viewed life. Katrina actually never saw the good side of life. So Arana saw the beauty in life. Yeah. I felt bad for Katrina at the end. Yeah. I wanted to be like Arana. Yes, I would have liked to have been like Arana. Yes, yeah. As a kid, I liked Arana. As a
I
teenager,
wanted to be like Fenris.
there. As a kid, I liked Arana. As a teenager, I liked Katrina. As an adult, Elsa was pretty cool. Yes, indeed. Yeah. I like the coin lady into the only girl thief. Yes.
Elsa to me
Dinozod.
would be the women that I would never approach because they were too intimidating.
Yeah, really.
Ones that actually were physically fit and
And while
beautiful
we're,
and
yes,
strong,
yes,
and I wasn't
strong.
any of those things.
Yes, right. She's a tough one. Yes, exactly. And when we're talking about Quest for Glory women, were there any inspiration or people who influenced your development of Aziza? Strictly
Well, there was the
speaking-
riddle. Which came first?
No,
Name of the riddle.
the riddle gave how we spelled her name. So, I mean, her name came because I needed to use a riddle. And so therefore...
I think you had an H on the end, and we got rid of the H.
Yes, we got rid of the H to make it work. But was there any inspiration? I mean, really, Miss Manners. I mean, she is Miss Manners in a way. But I don't mean the Miss Manners from things. We grew up with the concept of cordiality, or whatever the word is, of actually doing things proper. And so therefore, here we had somebody who was very into doing things.
Doing things by the societal rules and being polite and so on.
Yes, yes, that aspect of society. I just have a lot of plant allergies. Oh no, and I'm scared of animals, and I cannot for the life of me keep plants alive. That's tough. That's really makes it tough to be an Arana in your life.
Yeah, I've a couple times had the the allergy tests where they do different allergens all over your back, and mine ends up with a patchwork of allergic to just about everything.
Yes, exactly.
So house dust, all the different kinds of grasses and pollens and weeds, and I'm allergic to everything.
Dinozod was my pick too. Yeah, and Aziza seemed a complex character. I wanted to know more about. It would have been interesting.
Dinozod would have been a great match for the rogue character.
Yeah. And Aziza prequel would have been a fun story. That is interesting. I'll have to think about what that would have been. Yes.
Yeah, cat hair. So the great transition in my life, and the reason we ended up at Sierra was because Lori's mom gave us a couple of kittens when we were living in San Jose, and I became so sick from having those kittens in the house that it triggered every other allergy I had, and we had to leave the area.
Yeah.
So we went to the mountains of near Yosemite, of Oakhurst, and went to work for Sierra.
I'm also allergic to everything, including cats and dogs. Yeah. My OC attending Hero U learns that she can be like Arana by deeds, not necessarily by superficial things, and is sort of an artificer. Yeah, that's my story.
There we go.
Yeah. I'm allergic to opiates. Okay, great, yes. Only Advil and Tylenol for me.
I'm currently taking a codeine-based cough syrup at night.
Yes. So speaking
It works.
of opiates,
Yeah, that's my opiate.
I've got slight allergies, probably a milk allergy.
Religion
I
is
think,
the
but
opiate of the people.
That's what somebody said.
Milk allergies.
Yeah, but I don't really have anything serious, and I don't live
It
my
doesn't
life at
doesn't keep her
Suck
from.
after this leg break in a way you had a broken leg and you can't have
and
any.
you can't have opiates.
Yikes.
Okay,
That was rough. I'm
you just
sure.
have to learn to suffer.
Yeah.
That's my father's description of Buddhism: is you're born, you suffer, you die.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, that would be really painful. I'm sorry to hear it.
Yeah, so to tell the two children, our son and our Gano Hain, who was co-author of EcoQuest, and worked with Jane Jensen in the writers group at Sierra, had a son named Bert. And our son was always super cautious and never had any problems other than ear infections that he got all the time. Bert was constantly like climbing up on picnic tables and jumping off and stuff like that. And he always had a arm in a cast or leg in a cast or something, or broken finger or broken toe.
5 days post-surgery. Jeez. You really seriously broke your leg.
Well, welcome to our steam. I hope we're funny enough to... Or probably not. Oh, dear. We're not making you feel better, are we?
Oh, well. Well, it's good to know she's getting better,
Here,
though.
give me the rose. We're going to put the rose.
That I put in the other room.
You can hold up the rose for Anna.
Huh. Okay, yes, the red rose for Anna. Red rose. So you honestly bought this from a homeless man? That's your idea. You go out of your way to buy me a birthday present from a homeless man.
No, I went out of the way to buy you the birthday present that was the necklace. Yeah, but this one, I said I should have something with it, and this guy was selling flowers and was homeless, and I said, okay, I will give you a tip for, about 5 times what it's worth, whatever, Didn't matter.
Very good, yeah. I had a toe
helped
trauma
him
and it hurt
get
so
something
much
nice
that,
for Lori.
yes, prescribed me morphine to deal with the pain, and I cannot imagine an actual broken bone without it.
Let's see, I broke into toes twice. Just before I met Lori, I broke my middle toe somehow, randomly, and was in a little bit of pain when we first met at Westercon. And the other time was in Taekwondo. I broke my index toe and had that basically, they said nothing you can do for it, just wrapped it up with the toe next to it
keep them together, yes.
Yep. And,
happy birthday, Lori. Thank you.
You just deal with it.
I will spare you the details of my toe trauma, yes. This is my second breaking the leg.
Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh.
The last time was 20 years ago. That's probably far enough apart.
Yeah.
Everyone should break a leg, once every 20 years or so, don't you think?
No, sorry. We haven't broken our legs. We haven't had anything that traumatic in our lives.
I just get the cough.
Yes, he just gets an endless, pointless cough, which for every cold that comes around.
That's the other line that Daniel had about their children is the endless, pointless stories.
You can go take that phone call.
That's probably a junk call.
It probably is, because there's not much.
Hello?
I have happy to never broken anything, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
And you broke your nose on my pinkies on both hands. That's an interesting one. I'm gonna go. I've had people arrive at the house. Thank you for the entertainment, and maybe we'll see you guys when everyone clears out. It's been a pleasure having you two on my big screen. Thank you, Anna, for showing up. I hope your leg gets better, and I hope you have fun with your friends. Yes, I'm 40, says Scion, and kind of lucky we're never broken it. Anna, see you a bit. Chat, thank you for all being the most wonderful and smartest chat. I love it here. We love you too, and we'll hope to see you again. My nose got broken. My nose got broken at Taekwondo. I got a hit in my nose. I didn't break, but I had a black. My whole eyes were all black for like a month after I got kicked in the face in Taekwondo. Yeah. I broke my nose changing the cat litter. Oh no.
Okay, that'll be fine. Yeah.
Best wishes and quick healing. Ask a healer for a healing potion. Yes. Oh, yes. And of course, happy holidays, everybody. Yeah. Happy birthday. Thank you for Bill. My nose is broken in the 2-digit range. Oh. Bye. Also, everybody just walked in is also waving and saying goodbye. Well, we'll wave back to them. Bye-bye. Okay. Say it. It happened when you're whistling a grizzly bear. That sounds like a good idea. Yes. Just say it's a big grizzly bear. Yeah, So, at any rate,
that was a real call.
It was a real call. I could tell.
It was a doctor.
Oh no, a real doctor.
Yep.
Yours or hers?
The one I saw at the urgent care yesterday.
Okay, good.
says I'm going to get some more antibiotics.
Ah, okay. Happy holidays, everybody. I broken it myself just to straighten it from time to time. Oh, boy. My mother got her nose broken when she was at a dance, and literally everywhere was blood. So
I don't think I've literally broken my nose, but I got a big gouge out of it when I slipped in the black ice in front of our house and fell down. So, yeah, we get injuries. You deal with them.
yeah, I could still feel it when I used to do Taekwondo and my kick got blocked by an elbow.
Oucho. Lori had a black eye for several weeks
Yeah.
after her Taekwondo experience.
Uh-huh.
She didn't quite block.
No, I didn't block. It was a kid that was, like 6 foot, and it did not work.
And he was supposed to pull his punch, but he didn't.
No, he almost. Yeah. Changing the subject to something happier. I remember Christmas morning, 1991. I got The Adventures of Willie Beamish, and my brother got Monkey Island 2. Well, that's a fun Christmas. I remember that the Christmas we got.
I didn't realize Willie Beamish was out so that early.
Yeah. Okay. I remember the Christmas when we got a Risk game for the first time Risk was out, and I got a parakeet, and my brother got a gerbil for that Christmas.
Wow.
And then I had dreams about the gerbil and the parakeet playing Risk afterwards for about a week.
And one of her favorites treats has been gerbil chocolate cake ever since.
Ah, that's it. Yes, really.
So there was a book I read one time, and it was basically a story about a couple of kids whose parents were away for the summer or something like that, and they discover a mysterious note, and it leads them on a whole series of quests around their little town. I think it was set in England, and eventually turns out that their father had set this up as something to entertain them for the summer. So my best Christmas ever was like that. Is that I got up on Christmas morning and started down the stairs as he was under the tree, and there was a string tied around the railing on the stairs, and a little note that says "Follow the string," and that led down to someplace in the house. And I'm not quite getting the story exactly the way it was. It was a long time ago, but one of the ones was there's a blank piece of paper, and there was a fluorescent lighting fixture next to it, and I was like, okay, that's strange. And so I turned on the switch on that, and it was an ultraviolet light, and the message had been written in visible ink, and that was one of the clues. So we had about 5 or 6 of these clues that eventually led to the present that we already knew we were getting, but it was so much more wonderful this way.
Yes.
The present was a pinball machine. My father bought a used pinball machine for us 3 children as a joint Christmas present, and that was just the best gift ever. But the game was the best gift ever too.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Haha, that's some kind of dreams. Yes, that's my kind of dreams.
Gerbil dreams.
Actually, what it is I have, if I'm playing something too much, I will have dreams about playing it. And it's like I am trying to lock the strategy down in my mind of how to actually, physically do the game. Especially in World of Warcraft. I'm currently dreaming about, flying dragons, because that's the key in this game.
Dragon riding is the big thing.
Yeah. Let's see. Yes, I had a lot of hours into Risk at one point in time. And a lot of horrible memories of how Risk is, somebody allies against you, and it's like, oh my god. Yeah.
That was my one time playing diplomacy. I got slaughtered in turn 2. They said, you're so lucky you have England, and England always wins. And, well, I didn't make it past second turn.
Yeah. Eden Way says, my parents did something for my brother and I. That's just great. Those are really good memories.
So do that for your kids. If you have kids, yes, or grandkids, tell your kids to do it for your grandkids. Just,
set it up.
Or it's grandparents. You can set that up as a game for your grandkids. Make something memorable.
Yes. My brother has always wanted to have an arcade game cabinet. I hope he gets a changeable one once he buys a house. We had a great arcade game cabinet that was actually for one of the Atari game promotions.
Yeah, we just had this like as a storage cabinet
Yep.
because it didn't have the game at all.
It did have the game in it.
Just
but
the cabinet.
It was a cool cabinet. In 1997, I was in high school, and I had got the Quest for Glory collection for Christmas. I hadn't played 1 or 2 since I was a kid, but had 3. I spent the holidays playing through all 4 in the demo of 5 and remember it as fondly as one of my favorite Christmas memories. Yeah.
Yay!
Yes, that's a good Christmas memory. Let's see. I got a huge mythology book that one Christmas that I just absolutely loved. LaRousse's Guide to Mythology, which had all the different main mythologies in it, from Norse and Greece and all the Egyptian and that. So I spent that Christmas reading that book. And of course that influenced all the games. What about, let's see. And that's probably the most exciting Christmas. Although I think the most exciting Christmas we had was, of course, Barcelona. That was really special. Because that had been the first time I was really in a different country and got to see just walking the streets was really interesting. And knowing that you were walking against Roman ruins right beside you that had been there forever and ever and ever, and they just built the buildings around them.
And there was a big thing with the anarchists that was in between the world wars, I guess, and they had they had like a church building that had basically students had holed up in there and had all these bullet holes on the concrete and stuff like that.
That was the Spanish Revolution.
Was it the Spanish Revolution? Okay.
Yeah, that was what this all was about, and how the rise of fascism was interesting. We took a walking tour of downtown.
Yeah, the anarchist
Barcelona.
tour of downtown.
Yes, with that was all done in iPhone, and so everybody who had an iPhone could listen in on it.
Yeah, we first got there. We were using an Airbnb, and my son had gotten, and we weren't so sure about the neighborhood because we got there, and all the buildings they had like the steel shutters that came down in front of the doors and like that for stores, and they had graffiti on the shutters and graffiti on the walls everywhere, and we discovered that a lot of that graffiti went back to that anarchist period.
Well, no,
it was left there.
Not a lot of it. Lot of it was
so,
modern, but remember, we were there the year they were voting to leave Spain.
And
which
yes.
Here, the anarchists of all this time, we were still in a part of living history where they were trying to, the people of Barcelona were trying to get away from Spain. So.
And I won a wooden spoon from the SCA for making cookies based on a recipe that was from old Barcelona that was in Catalan.
Yeah, Catalan. The Catalan people wanted to leave. Let's see. Who did you say it was? LaRousse's Guide. LaRousse's Guide to Mythology, and LaRousse did several.
LaRousse, something like that.
Something like that. The Spanish Civil War. Yes, indeed. There were all sorts of callbacks to the Spanish Civil War. And the fact that the Spanish Civil War influenced 1984 severely. What's his name?
Orwell.
George Orwell was actually involved with the insurrectionists of the Spanish Civil War, and how there were quislings, there were people there in the groups that were actually spies and counter spies, and misinformation was everywhere, and all of those things came into creating the 1984 novel, because he was seeing the rise of misinformation and that in Spain and eventually in Britain. So
we haven't done that much travel. My previous visit to Europe was when I was 15 to 16 years old. In high school, I was an exchange student in Berlin, and that's where I picked up the little bit of German that we used to spice up the German language in Heroes Quest. But it was quite wonderful, and then we just had never gotten to Europe since then.
No, what we wanted to do in our games was create a world where you felt like you were getting
In a
to travel.
travelogue,
If you
yeah.
didn't actually ever get to travel, you felt like you were actually in a different world, in a different land, and you had the experience. And so therefore, we had this layers and layers of, story that most of it never got told. I mean, you got the tip of the iceberg with things. Quisling is one of my favorite words. It's a good word. It's,
How about Dexter and Sinister?
yeah. Hessian. That was always an interesting.
There's Hermann Hesse.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same thing.
Well, any rate, we're down to,
The final minutes.
final minutes. So, what are your favorite experiences for the Christmas time? Let's go through that. There's an outstanding Christmas morning video on the internet from 1998 where two kids got a Nintendo 64 and freaked out. Like kids do that for one big thing they wanted for Christmas, but they really went wild and the parents caught it on video. That's sweet, yes. Bill Bailey uses it in Insect Nation. Okay, interesting. I would be cool to have a lore book of the world of Quest for Glory. For all the games that were made, plus the plans and never, and I would buy it. To a degree, that is
that is the book that Jason Michael was writing with me.
Right. We have gone
so
over
it will
hours
be out.
and hours and hours of the history, so a lot of that will be covered there. Best Christmas experience was the year my daughter was born. Oh, everyone came to us that Christmas. That'd be a wonderful experience.
Some of the best Christmases that I had actually was we visited Lori's Aunt Nora, her great aunt who lived up in San Francisco, and we'd go up and have her family members around the cute big tree and making the Christmas meal together.
Yeah, we always had a big feast on Christmas with family and things like that.
My family was more into celebrating Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
The fact that half my relatives are Jewish possibly had something to do with it, but my parents were ecumenical. My father may have been Jewish, but we went to a Unitarian Universalist church for a couple
Yes, and he
of
was
years.
a minister. So
Yeah, my father was a minister at Universal Life Church. Created his own branch, and they always celebrated Christmas because Christmas is fun, presents are fun.
Right.
And I talked.
Yes, you did. We did. Let's see. We've had wonderful Christmases up in Oakhurst where we had guests over, and usually for New Year's we'd have people come stay at our place for New Year's.
Very rarely it would snow up there.
Yep.
I remember one year we had guests up and it snowed.
Yep.
And the question was, how was anyone going to get home?
Yep.
So I think we kept them over another day or two.
I used to love decorating the tree with my mama and brothers. Tinsel, popcorn on a string, and ornaments. I did popcorn on a string 1 year, and it was miserable. I kept breaking all the popcorn. I could not get the string. Popcorn and cranberries as a child, yes. Popcorn and cranberries, and the popcorn would break up, and the cranberries were really, really hard to put that needle through. So yeah, so it's an experience indeed. Well, we always when I was teaching school, we'd make those strings of construction paper where you made the construction paper that cooked to each other, and then you made the ropings that.
Molly misses gingerbread.
Yeah,
But Starbucks brought in pumpkin spice lattes, so.
that is not much like gingerbread.
I like eggnog.
Yeah, it's eggnog
Only available
season.
in season.
Yes, yeah. It's eggnog season for all those people that love eggnog season.
So now I'm taking antibiotics, just don't take with any milk or
yes, and
calcium.
eggnog, the commercial eggnog is like drinking sour cream. The thickness
Oh,
they
thickness,
put
yeah.
of it is like
Not really. I wouldn't
I
say
think so. Yeah, it's kind of cloying to my mind. Yes.
Yeah, but not up to the sour cream level.
No. So let's see what else we got here. I actually, as we said,
Well, we have a game that is all done.
Yes, we have a game that's all done.
We have finished Summer Days at Tilly's Tale, but at the advice of Dave Gilbert, we're actually holding it past the Christmas season until we can publicize a little better and not be up against
And we'll be out in
AAA marketing
January
budgets.
for all of you. That's your Christmas present.
January, is that
is
where
to
we're going
know
to see?
Yes,
I
we
guess
said that. We've said that thrice.
Okay. I was working in February.
My mom used to make about 500 gingerbread cookies every Christmas. Boy, we would make those again. They were so good. We used to have them for a long time afterwards. I always made a lot of Christmas cookies.
Yeah, Lori made all different kinds.
I love making Christmas cookies, and I haven't made any.
The Mexican wedding cookies that are the
or Russian tea cakes, whichever you call that. That were just the snowballs.
Snowballs with powdered sugar on them,
Yeah.
and the sugar cookies, and the orange cookies.
Yes, orange sauce. That's what Michael wanted. Our son wanted the recipe for that, so I gave him the recipe for all things. I never made rum balls, but yes. Good idea to wait for after Christmas, then release it to avoid the rush of games trying to make the Christmas sales. That's the idea. Sorry, you guys. I mean, I know a lot of you are really looking forward to it, but we would like to actually make some money off of this.
I wanted to run a poll, but I haven't quite learned how to do that. I probably should get back on SurveyMonkey or someplace and run a poll for people and say, want to get it now, or you want to help us publicize it and do better?
One time, my dad, my sister, and I got really drunk on rum balls. Oh no! We had a recipe for.
I used to like Hostess snowballs.
For a fruit cake that wasn't really a fruit cake. It's more like a fruit bread, like a bread, like pumpkin bread and things like that. But it was filled with peaches, and then you soaked it for a day in a peach schnapps or something like that, and then you ate it, and that was really something. Yes.
Was it awful?
No, it was actually pretty tasty, and I don't like alcohol drinks. Yes, I should ask my sister to make kolaczki cookies again. They're Polish cream cheese dough wrapped around jam blobs. That sounds good.
That could work. Yeah.
What was the one Michael was making? The gooch. Gochujang cookies he made the other day, which has gochujang, which is Korean spicy something that you run through a sugar cookie that you swirl into the sugar cookie. It looked really interesting, and he said they were really good. So that's another cookie you could try this year if you wanted to try a different kind of cookie.
I just read that Ina Garten really likes the apple torts or something like that from Trader Joe's.
Okay. So yes, we always celebrated the holidays
all
by me making
food.
all these cookies and things.
And I always gained about 30 pounds every year at between
Yes.
Thanksgiving and Christmas because, Thanksgiving feast, I would just stuff myself full of turkey and mashed potatoes and stuff, all the accompaniments, and then do it all over again in Christmas and spend the next 2 months trying to work it off.
Right, and I would always make 6 or 7 types of cookies. So, where's Christiana? She needs to be here for that. She's at a wrong time zone, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of late for her.
It is. Over in...
Past midnight.
Yes.
Cyprus,
that's right. She is in Cyprus. And so, therefore, she can't actually, get here if she can. But, so, at any rate, we want to thank you all for being our fans, for being our friends. And I hope your holidays are happy ones. And we will see you on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we're not streaming next week or the following week. So no stream on the 17th or the 24th, which just coincidentally happens to be Christmas Eve. But we will be here New Year's Eve, and that is the 31st. And starting much later, instead of starting at 2 p.m. Pacific, we're going to start at 6 p.m.
Well, what day is it?
That is the 31st. It is a Saturday, same as today.
Oh, it is. Well, what do you know? Yes.
So Saturday the
31st, we will be at 6 until midnight, and we will celebrate the midnight, the turning of the new year.
And we'll try to find enough games to play and stuff to keep it going for 6 hours.
Yes, and we will...
And hopefully I'll have a voice by then.
Celebrate everything. So Merry Christmas, Happy Yule, Happy Hanukkah, Happy everything you celebrate. Yes, and have a good time. As someone who grew up in South America, so far hanging out with you guys is like a fairy tale. Oh, that's so sweet. Well, we'll be glad
Mixed up fairy tales, you wrote that?
Yeah, Thank you, guys. Happy holidays. Hope you continue to get better. Yes.
Yeah,
And
I should
happy
be.
birthday. Thank you very much. Thanks for hanging out. We really appreciate this. We're glad to see all of you. Thank you much. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.